You are welcome to today's episode, Dr. Paakwesi, the African philosopher.
Thank you, Yaira.
You look handsome.
You also look extremely beautiful.
Thank you. I hope you are doing fine.
By the grace of my living God himself, I'm doing great.
Okay, before we proceed to today's episode, tell us a bit about your birthday.
My birthday went well.
Okay.
It went well. I had well wishes. To the extent that even Nyankunton crew, including yourself, Bita, and Anaya, Wafa, Nana Safo, and Anaya, Abunanya Akwa, Ajua, Adepa. All these people came together, even Balakopuku Ajimai. You did surprise me on my birthday. Something I scarcely expected. You did that to the extreme. I was quite marveled at that surprise. So wondrous. I never expected that. Since childhood, I have never taken time to celebrate my birthday. And some loved ones too from the diaspora also did their possible best to wish me. And some people gave me some gifts in the form of monies and favors. Even today, I have received some of these presents.
Oh, so you are still celebrating your birthday?
Rough.
The whole month.
The whole month.
Okay, so today's episode, we are discussing some new discoveries made by you. So please, can you tell us a bit about your new discoveries lately?
Okay. Greek. Chaldean, or the Sumerian astrology, Chinese astrology, Indian astrology, the Toltec and Aztec traditions in connection to the ancient Mexicans, all have contributed so much in the field of star law or star logic, known as astrology. As time goes on, new things are born. The old ones, although are being used, they are not quite popular or famous. When new things are being discovered, the new things seem to dominate the old ones, even terms that we use in our various disciplines. So when you look at the evolution of astrology, there has been some bigger problems or demerits, certain things which must have served as limitations to most astrologers. There is a group on the international internet known as Quora, Q-O-R-A. Quora is a platform where different disciplines, people are allowed to join. The people with the know-how, the people with the experience, and who have studied so well in their respective fields, subscribe to these disciplines, all on Quora. Others are boggled with some certain things they have heard, they have even read. When they ask these questions, those who have gathered the know-how or the knowledge or the experience answer them. But I went there to ask a question that if two people, let's say twins, are born from the same house and 2 minutes or 2 seconds or 5 seconds difference lies between these two, when you are drawing the astral chart or drawing their charts, natal charts, definitely the conjunctions, the aspects, planetary placement, the significators, acronical rising, acronical settings, whatever terms, will be same. Why is it that these people are born in the same house at the same time with only 2 minutes different or 5 seconds different, yet they have the same astral chart? Because you wouldn't have the constellations and the planets separating or moving at a faster rate to separate them in just 2 minutes. No, it will be at the same point.
Yes.
When we stand here and look at the skies or the heavens, why is it that they have different destinies? Twins, one will die and leave the other. Sometimes even twins become enemies.
Yes.
Some with the same profession, it will get to a point, one will stop on the way and the other one will continue. Like, for example, like P square.
Yes.
They are twins, but one stopped and the other one continued. I have some friends, childhood friends, who happen to be twins, but one died and the other one is still surviving. I know some twins, one smokes, the other one is okay.
Yeah.
I asked the question, how they will be able to draw the contrast or the line between these two? Why is that? Why is it that one's destiny is different from the other? Although when the astral chart or the natal chart of these same twins are drawn, it will be same aspect.
Yes.
The answers that they were giving me, I was laughing.
Even one person said, with the twins, definitely one must be notorious and the other one must be a good person.
They must showcase it.
He said that's how it's done. That's how it should be. And when it gets to a certain time, they change. Then the good one will be notorious. Then the other one will be good too.
No. When you ask someone a question, if a logician asks a question and the person hardly knows the question you have asked,
okay,
the person will not be answering what you asked. The person will be lost or be digressing the answer. It means that he or she has no knowledge about the question that you ask. So they'll be dodging the question, giving different answers. And if you try to put pressure on them, what they tell you is, oh, I have spiritual vision. I see it alone. You don't have any eyes to contact the spiritual world. No. I came across a new system, a simple structure.
Okay.
But within that simple structure, it is so complex. It is known as identity terms or identity signs.
Identity terms or identity signs. Okay.
Terms simply means that a space
Okay.
that has limit. For example, when we use the word, decanate.
Okay.
Decanate means that there are 30 degrees in each of the signs of the zodiac. But the 30 degrees is subdivided into
10 each.
Thank you. 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees. So the first 10 degrees is first decan. The second 10 degrees is second decan. And the third space is the third decan. So with the borders from 1st to 10th, from 11th to 20th, from 21st to 30th, they are called terms because although they are spaces, they are then their border. So we call it terms.
Okay.
But with identity signs, the identity signs is known as the infinite identity signs.
The identity signs is known as the
infinite identity signs.
Okay.
Because it has a border.
Okay.
Yet, within the border, there are other subdivisions within the same border that flows. It is in line with one of the greatest famous theories, which was propounded by Mr. Mendelbrot. He was a mathematician. He said that from the source, the geometric form that is moving in a spiral form from the source do change. They expand, reproducing itself into different copies, extending itself throughout all space and making all things happening or transpiring in our world possible. So I coined this infinite identity signs from this theory that the zodiac signs are there. But the zodiac signs are not only 12. There are a number of them.
Wow.
They are the reduced copy which flows through time.
Okay. Something like a carbon copy.
Carbon copy.
Okay.
And it flows through time. Within each space or within each sign, there are millions of signs repeating itself. It has no end.
Okay.
So the identity signs, it helped me to differentiate between two people. I have tested it and many people have tested it too, and it is fully confirmed. Since
sealed.
It's sealed. Wow. From 5,500 BC. Astrologers have not been able to answer the question. They will only give you an answer. Something like that will make people fall into make-believe. No.
An answer to suit your taste.
Thank you. But identity science, infinite identity science, says that each degree of the zodiac has its own sign, following specific rules or laws. Try to mix it. When you cast the horoscope, it will be wrong. So I've come across the identity science, identity planets. I have shadow identity planets. I have shadow identity science, and I have identity houses.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so today we are going to learn about it, how it affects people and how it's used on daily basis and the differences between your discovery and the one that has been there for the past years. Okay, so let's start with the identity science.
No. Identity science means each sign of the zodiac has its own sign. Okay. Each degree of the zodiac has its own sign.
Okay. These people don't understand degree. Degree is what is degree?
Degree in astrology means a specific space within a whole zodiac sign.
Okay.
For example, let me use the human body. My whole body is the sign, but dividing my body into three main parts is known as decanates.
Okay.
From my neck to my crown is the first decanate.
Okay.
From my shoulder to my genitalia happen to be the second decan.
Okay.
From my thighs to the soles of my feet, the third decan.
Okay.
When we consider the first decan, from my neck to my crown, my left eye is 1 degree. My right eye is the second degree. My left nostril is the third degree. My second nostril is the fourth degree. My upper lip is the fifth degree. Sixth degree, seventh degree, eighth degree, 9 degrees, and 10 degrees. So each degree of the zodiac has its own sign.
Okay.
What astrologers did was that they only gave terms. The terms, they connected it to planetary rulings. Oh, this is Mars. This is Jupiter. This is Neptune. This is Pluto. This is this. This is that. No. It must not happen that way. When they say this, then they want to tell you that, for example, when we use the 9 planetary system or the 7 planetary system, for example, the 7 planetary system, the flow of the planets in order are Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Saturn, and Jupiter. You come back to Mars again. Okay. Considering the whole sign, the first degree, the degree of Aries is Mars, ruled by Mars. Second degree is Sun. Third degree is Venus. Fourth degree is Mercury. Fifth degree is Moon. Sixth degree is Saturn. Seventh degree is Jupiter. Eighth degree is Mars again. 9 degrees is Sun. And the last degree, 10th degree, is Venus. Do you want to tell me that? You see, Mars, Sun, and Venus have repeated themselves twice.
Yes.
Even if we are dealing with the decans, they repeat themselves over there. Do you want to tell me that people born with these same planets in the first decan of Aries have similar characteristics? No. No. They shouldn't have similar characteristics. But there is one law astrologers must never forget. The law of inseparableness. That wherever there's a sign, there's a planet. And wherever there's a planet, there's a sign.
So they are twins.
Thank you.
Sign and planet are twins. They move together.
Thank you.
Okay.
But they ended somewhere. Where they ended was, they gave the whole of the zodiac sign and the ruler, Aries, the ruler is ruled by Mars. Which means that the sign is there and they gave it a planet, a ruler, known as Mars, ruling in Aries. Okay. Let's come to 3 divisions known as the decanates. The first decade of Aries is ruled by Mars. The second decade of Aries is ruled by the Sun. And the third decade is ruled by the planet. Let me say Jupiter. Okay. That's what they say. Okay. Which means that they are planets. Let's come to the science. They attributed these same decans in relation or in correspondence to the signs. For example, the first decan of Aries is ruled by Aries. The second decan of Aries is ruled by Leo. The third decan of Aries is ruled by Sagittarius. Okay. Which means that they gave it signs with 8 various sub-rulers. So the 3 sub-rulers of Aries, first decan Mars, second decan Sun, third decan Jupiter. Yes. But with the Babylonian system, first decan is Mars, second decan Sun, and the third decan is the planet Venus. You see, they began bringing these laws. First decan by sign. First decan sign is Aries, second decan sign Leo, third decan sign is Sagittarius. And they had their various planets. First decan planet Mars, second decan planet is Sun, third decan planet is Venus, according to the Babylonian system. You see how it works? It means that there is some sort of inseparableness between the sign and the planet. In astrology, even when a planet rises from the east, that is from the ascendant, and there is no planet in that sign, that portion has been given a shadow planet already, a term. If Aries is rising and there's no planet in Aries, maybe the first decan of Aries is rising without any planet, it is still considered in astrology that Mars is rising. Thank you. Therefore, the one who has been conceived at that time is ruled by Mars. Although physical planet Mars wasn't there, probably it was transiting through a different sign on its own in a different house.
Okay. So it means that the planets and the sign move together always.
Thank you. Wherever there's a planet,
there's a sign.
Wherever there's a sign, there's a planet.
Even if there's no planets there, we have a shadow planet.
A shadow planet. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
So, the shadow planets are what has been given in a science. And when we look at our visible sky, like the Vedic astrology, who usually base everything on the moon, when we come to the Western astrology, they deal with the tropical astrology. But truly it is that the Vedic one, or the sidereal astrology, is the most powerful. Because with that, you see the planets and the signs exactly at the point they are in the visible sky. I can give you even some of the dates.
Okay.
That hardly tallies with the space-time coordinates of the ones they have given in there.
Okay.
See, but let's deal with the identity signs first. So identity signs says that so far as they have given each degree of each sign of the zodiac, each degree, they have given it a planet willing in there. No. The planetary order follows, but that particular point has no sign. It must have a sign. I studied and I knew and I experienced fully to its precision that if you are born in the first degree of Aries, maybe at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., maybe first degree, it means that the first degree ruled by the planet Mars will be rising. Maybe we are twins. How will you be able to differentiate between myself and you? If 3 seconds differentiate between us, there will be a subflow from that point, identity sign, to reach me. If it is 3 seconds, we are all Aries. 6 o'clock, 6-1, Taurus, 6-2, Gemini, 6-3, Cancer, 6-4, Leo. So if 4 minutes differentiate us, I'm an Aries, I'm an Arian, but I'm a Leo by identity sign, and you are Aries, identity sign. And you see that Leo and Aries are compatible. They form trine 120 degrees. With this, we are compatible by the whole of the zodiac sign and our identity signs are compatible. But 6 o'clock, Aries, 6-1, Taurus, 6-2,
Gemini,
6-3,
Cancer.
which means that somebody who is born at 6 o'clock and somebody who is born at 6-3 are enemies, because one will be bearing an identity sign, Cancer.
And they'll be possessing those qualities.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, when I began casting the horoscope, sometimes you see two people having been born from two trine signs, like where you are a water sign, I'm a water sign. They tell us we are compatible and it is good to go to marry.
Yes.
I know two fire signs, Every day. They have not sat to talk about their families, or they have not sat to mirth at each other positively before. Anytime you see them fighting. One is a Leo and one is an Arian. The woman is an Arian, born on the 19th of April, and the male is a Leo, born on the 14th of August.
They are both fire signs. So
both fire signs.
It's assumed that they are compatible.
Thank you.
Okay.
But their identity signs are different.
Okay, so can there be an instance where maybe one will be a water sign and one will be a fire sign, but then their identity sign will be maybe earth, and they will be compatible?
Excellent. I know someone who was born in the zodiac sign of Libra.
Okay.
The other one was born in Capricorn. They say that Capricorn and Libra form a square, an angle of 90 degrees. But go and look at how they have succeeded in whatever thing they are doing. They have never fought. Their children are healthy. What? None of them is in the hospital or has been hospitalized. Why? Because their identity signs are compatible. And the identity signs seem to be so powerful, even than the main signs. But if the main signs disagree to each other, and at the same time their identity signs are also incompatible, it is more than fire. This one, it's volcano.
Okay, so the identity sign is more powerful than the sign itself.
Yes.
Wow.
So the identity sign differentiates, is used to represent, is a minute, hour,
okay,
daily, yearly, decade, century, age,
and monthly.
Monthly. So it is used from every angle. Minute, identity sign.
Okay.
No, millisecond identity sign, second identity sign, minute identity sign, hour identity sign, day or daily identity sign,
okay,
weekly identity sign, monthly identity sign, and yearly identity sign. It flows through to centuries and even ages.
Wow.
Yeah.
This discovery is powerful. Very, very powerful.
Only in Africa.
African philosopher number one. Okay, so let's move to the shadow identity sign. How does it also work?
I'll be so glad if people are able to easily grasp the identity signs first, because they'll be lost. Identity sign is similar to the identity houses.
Okay.
Even that which I have not taught you before. It is very, very, very good. If you tell me to tell you what happens in the next hour, I know how the identity signs flow, and I will tell you what happens. You know already.
Yes, I know, but they don't know. So, so we are going
they
to
will
start.
know one day.
They will know. So we are starting.
So please forgive me here. The shadow identity sign will come one day, but
okay.
Let's deal with the identity signs and the planets in them.
Okay.
So, for example, if I'm born in the first degree of Aries, the planet that rules over there is Mars. Mars identity planet rules in identity sign Aries. If I am born in the fourth degree, the fourth degree of Aries is ruled by Cancer. When you come to the planetary order, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury. Mercury will be the identity planet under identity sign Cancer. You might think that you are an Arian, but the person will be exhibiting strong qualities of a Cancerian born. Even if someone hardly knows his rising sign, the identity sign will point to you, your hidden nature, something you didn't see in the night skies or on the ascendant. Yet, it's part and parcel of you. So these are the identity planets, and we have the identity signs. It is used to differentiate between two people. And a millisecond, second, minute, hour, day, whatever.
You said it's used to identify, like to
differentiate
between two people. What about if they are triplets?
Yes, they will not come. They will not be born at the same. But they will not come at once. The woman will die.
Okay, what if it's a CS?
CS.
They are removing
the three are not going to be removed at once. Mark this. When the baby is removed from the woman's womb through CS, it is not a time of removal that is used to connect the ascendant, the sign or the planet on the ascendant. When the baby cries,
that's the time.
So, it means that you are now part of us. The time the baby cried is used to mark the conception of the child. As the second conception. The first conception took place when the ovum, whatever, and the sperm cells, whatever. We don't use the appearance of the baby from the mother's vaginal region to mark the time of the person's birth, but the cry.
Okay, so if maybe a baby is born 30 minutes later before it cries, that's when you mark it.
The time of birth.
Hey.
You too, hey.
Hey.
Yes. That's what is used to mark. When a baby comes out and it's not crying, we still consider it as this soul is not fully on this planet. Something is wrong somewhere. Human fate starts right when the egg, the sperm cells are being released from the man's scrotum or the scrotal sac. When fertilization takes place, we call it conception. It is the beginning of the second beginning of the person's destiny. That is when what the mother passes through can face some undesirable experiences through pregnancy. What happened to the woman to abort the baby? Some people will be used for rituals whilst they are pregnant. Some will intentionally take in some medicines to abort the baby. Some will be involved in an accident. Some too pass through and give birth peacefully. They are all counted as the fate of the child. So the third conception is when the baby comes out of the mother's womb and the baby cries. It's used to mark the exact time of the person's birth.
Wow.
That's it. And the identity signs shows the differences, or is used for differentiation and identity of the individual. We are all born under Aries, and we can be born under the same time. Differentiated by 2 seconds. Even if it's a millisecond, the infinite, that's why it's known as infinite identity signs.
Let's give some examples.
Give me an example.
Okay. Someone born on the 22nd April, that's an Arian. Okay. And one person born a Leo. No, both are born Arians, but
The same day?
No, different days.
Okay.
22nd.
So we are using the daily identity signs.
Yes, we are using the daily one. 22nd and 23rd. they are both Arian, so I'm hoping they both possess the same characteristics and behaviors. Is that true? If not, then let's give some behavioral characteristics of these two people.
They are so different.
Okay.
The one who is born on the 23rd of
April.
We are dealing with the Vedic one.
Okay.
Not the sidereal one, not the tropical one, right?
Okay.
So 22nd April is when the sun enters the coordinate. I call it the hours of constellation Taurus. The Taurus lies between, Aries lie between 4 hours, 5 hours and 6 hours, right ascension. So it's what we are talking about. Okay. So 22nd of Aries, the 22nd of April is the first degree of Aries.
Yes.
The person's identity sign is Aries. The person born the following day will be a Taurus.
2 degrees in Aries. Okay.
23rd of April will be exhibiting Taurus qualities. More as a form of difference between the person who has been born on the 22nd of April. The 24th of April will exhibit Gemini qualities. Thank you.
Okay.
As a form of dissimilarity among them.
Okay.
22nd, 23rd, 24th, identity sign will bring about the dissimilarities that lies among them.
But then they are all Arians.
They are all Arians.
Okay.
It applies to the same signs.
Okay.
Now look, the planets that will be lying within these identity signs will bring about more dissimilarities with their likes, desires, and even their faiths or destinies.
Okay.
22nd of April, Sidereal is ruled by the planet Mars. We are dealing with the 9 planetary system.
Yes.
23rd is ruled by the planet Uranus. Uranus rules under identity sign Taurus. The one who is born on the 24th of April is ruled by Neptune. Neptune will be in Gemini. 25th April will be born under Pluto. Pluto rules under Cancer. 26th, the sun comes. The sun rules under Leo.
And 27, the moon.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, Venus. Rule in Virgo.
Okay.
It flows like that. So planetarily and by sign, his identity sign, there are huge differences.
Okay. So let's see how our hourly identity sign also works. So they are all
22nd.
22nd. But then one was born 6 a.m. and the other one was born 7 a.m.
Oh, this is a huge difference. 6 a.m.
Okay.
That's 1 degree.
1 degree.
6 a.m.
Okay.
will be ruled by Aries because the coordinates of the sign and the sun will be on the ascendant at the same time.
Okay.
When the sun is 1 degree in a certain sign, they rise at the same time. The sign and the sun will rise at the same time.
Okay.
The first hour, which is 7 a.m., it will proceed to Taurus. So the person who was born at 6 a.m. is ruled by Aries. 7 is Taurus. 8, Gemini. 9, Cancer. 10, Leo.
Okay.
11, Virgo.
Okay.
Libra will be on the meridian. That is the zenith. Yeah.
Okay. And it applies to the minutes 1, 2.
Thank you.
Okay. And the second.
Thank you.
Oh. Wow.
Wherever there's a sign, there's a planet.
Okay.
Wherever there's a planet,
There's a sign.
so if the visible planet lies on that degree or that point, you will know that the visible moon rules within this sign, within this degree. You know that the identity sign for this degree is this. So you can use it in the rising times. You can use it. The rising time shows the hours, minutes, and seconds. Second one is born. Daily, it can be used. Monthly, it can be used.
Okay. Yeah. And yearly too, it can be
Thank
used.
you.
Wow.
If you want to be able to read it so well, there is what is known as the past future time pattern, which I discovered too.
What?
Past future time pattern. We will come to talk about it. You know that today, the date is 26th February. 26th February. Okay. 12 degrees of the sun in Aquarius. That is Sidereal. You will see that we are all in Pisces, but no, we are all not in Pisces. Some people's faith passes through June from the future. Some have their time patterns or time currents flowing from October. Some past, some future.
And it's affected them currently.
I'm telling you, which aids you to easily know that the next hour, tomorrow, this is what is likely to happen to the person.
This one is magic. Magic.
It carries heavy answer to people's confusing questions, but it takes a lot of time and effort to have it done. Yeah.
Yeah, but this whole thing there is complicated. That's a manya bina.
Yeah. Hey. That's how it works. So I discovered this, and I have never filled in the horoscopes I cast.
Okay.
Never. Whether the subject I'm talking about is an animal, a plant, a human, the weather patterns, the weather systems, it never fails.
So the identity planets also voice as the identity signs. Yeah. Okay. So when it's hourly difference, it moves and it moves again.
Thank you.
When it's minutes, moves again. Moves
Thank
again.
you.
Daily.
The signs will be flowing. The planets will be flowing. If I'm born under maybe 23rd April.
Okay.
2 degrees, Sidereal, in Aries. Identity sign is Taurus. That day, when we are counting 6 a.m. of time, we will start from Taurus. 7 a.m. will be Gemini. 8 a.m. will be Cancer. So it changes depending on the degree. The degree which represents the day or the identity sign, the hour will start flowing from that sign. Thank you.
So if it's Gemini, starting from Gemini.
Thank you. 6 a.m. Okay. 7 a.m. will be Cancer.
Okay.
Leo will be following. Virgo.
The Virgo, Libra.
Thank you.
Okay.
The planet that rules over the within that identity sign. For example, if planet Uranus rules in 2 degrees in Aries, Sidereal, not tropical, it means that 6 a.m. Taurus, Uranus will be in Taurus. 7 a.m. Neptune will be in Cancer. 8 a.m. Pluto will be in Leo.
Yes.
It will be flowing like that.
Okay. Then it comes to the sun again.
Thank you.
Okay. Then sun will be ruling Virgo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Then let's brush this off. This is known as the indirect count.
Okay.
We have the direct count. For that one, when you see the degree on the ascendant, it is counted straight. For that one, although it flows as the sign rises from the east, proceeding to the 12th house and 11th house through to the zenith or the mid-heaven, MC, we count it according to how it is found on the ascendant. For example, if the 15th degree of Sidereal time, Aries, is on the ascendant, we say that, okay, the 15th degree of Aries is found on the ascendant.
Okay.
Okay. What is the identity sign of the 15th degree of Aries? If it is on ascendant, that one you will not count it indirectly like the way we did it, but it is considered exactly as it is. And you see the bodily features of the person matching the same degree of the sign the person was born. If you tell me that every Aryan has a big head, it is there, but the shape of the head
counts.
Okay. They are different. They will not be exactly the same.
Okay.
You may have the same face shape, one dimensional, but when you come to our occiput, it's different. I was born on February 21st. I was born in Accra. I have a twin sister, not biological, but someone who was born the same day and time, but the person was born in Ibuakwa, Kumasi. Our faces are different. We all don't have much hairs on our crown, but our faces are different. We don't resemble. Our heights are different. I'm not fat. She's fat. What do you say? Genetics? If genetics comes in, astrologers will be so confused. But I have found all those answers there in relation to the fourfold bodies of man: chemical, etheric, astral, mental, and spiritual bodies. It's okay.
Okay, last one. What's the difference between this indirect counting and the direct counting?
With the indirect counting,
and how does it affect us? Yes.
Indirect counting, it affects us so well.
Okay.
We are counting Aries.
Okay.
I'm using Aries because it is the easiest one to assess. People should not draw conclusions. You didn't say anything about Scorpios or Sagittarius. You come there, the identity sign flows through. Oh.
They should comment in the comment section.
And I'll come and answer you over there.
Yes. And follow, subscribe, and do everything. You can join the WhatsApp group too on Dr. Paakwesi TV. It's there. Your answers will be answered there, or your questions will be answered there.
I call the indirect one a shadow count.
Okay.
If the first degree of Aries is Aries and it reaches the ascendant at 6 a.m., we consider it as Aries.
Okay.
In an hour, 7 a.m., the ascendant will be filled with a different degree of the zodiac. It will not be Taurus. Let's count the 15th degree. First degree Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Aries, the first hour, when it passes through and reaches the 12th house, the head reaches the 12th house. Let me use that word. And the 15th degree is an ascendant. Gemini identity sign will be there. That is the direct one. But with ours, since today the first degree is Aries, the second hour will be Taurus, the third hour will be Gemini. But you will not see Gemini over there in the visible sky. But that is how it's counted. Like the ancient grimoire, how the secret societies counted the planetary hour. For example, they say that on Sunday, the sun rules at 6 a.m. 7, Venus. 8, Mercury. 9, Moon. 10, Saturn. 11, Jupiter. 12, Mars. 1 p.m. Sun. 2 p.m. It flows. It is the indirect or the shadow count.
Okay.
And they are the terms they use to represent the shadow or the indirect one.
Okay.
But when you come to the direct one, the planetary order in the heavens over there hardly follows that sequence. Sometimes, even from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., you will not see any planet over there with the exception of the passage of the sun. Rising or moving from the altitude, bending to the mid-heaven. But no planet follows it. Unless a northeastern point where these Asiatic countries and the countries that lie in the northeastern side, will be experiencing these planets. We say that these planets are many over there, or they form conjunction in one particular sign. Not all of them. No, it's impossible. No planet is here. How do you count the hour? According to the planetary order, there are no planets over here. Then why do you say that the first hour on Sunday, the first hour, that's at 6 a.m., is Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun? No. One day, I'll come and teach you the indirect one. How they float repeatedly to get the order of the 7 days of the week. Why was it not being counted like this? Monday, Moon. The second order, Mars. The third order, Mercury. The fourth order, Jupiter. The fifth order is Venus. The sixth order is Saturn. The seventh order, whatever. But it didn't happen that way. It's Sun, first day. Oh, the one that must follow is Moon, Monday, Mars, Tuesday, Mercury, Wednesday, Jupiter, Thursday, Venus, Friday, 7, Saturday. Come back to the Sun again. No. The indirect or the shadow count will lead you as to how they got the arrangement of the 7 days of the week from Sunday to Saturday.
That's the indirect one.
Indirect one. But with the direct one, we look at the visible sky. Some use telescopes. We don't have time for those telescopes. We have got all the equations here and have studied repeatedly the synodic period of each of the planets.
Oh, we have equations for them.
Yeah,
calculations.
I have calculations, equations for all of them. Even astrologers, astronomers have known the progression of the sun from the east to the midheaven, or the progression from the midheaven to the descendant, using 4 minutes to represent 1 degree, telling us that each hour is 15 degrees, right? They use that. But I say to you clearly that what happens or what causes the progression of the sun, that is the separative or the separation hours or periods of the sun and the sign, where the following day, for example, if the sun is in Aries, the first degree, the sun and the head of Aries will rise at the same time on the ascendant. The following day, there will be a deduction or a subtraction. The following day, the sign will separate, or the sun will separate from the sign, and the difference is 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So if the sun arose on the ascendant with the head of Aries 6 o'clock a.m., the following day it will rise. The head of Aries will reach the ascendant at 5:56.
Deduction of 4 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay.
So which equation or formula will you use to get this? I have all the equations here. Then I come to tell you
we won't tell them. But we won't tell them.
The progressive separation method or separative method between the sun and the sign within which it is found, gradually progressing from each degree to the next degree on the various angles of the zodiac. How we got the 4 minute subtraction? Why is it that the sign that the sun is in leads the sun 4 minutes when it is 2 degrees? The following day it becomes 8 minutes. The following day 12 minutes. Thank you.
Please, my last question. Tell us something about the identity houses. Something brief about the identity houses so that we end it there.
The identity houses will be in the next episode because it is also broad. We know that the houses represent the various situations, and the science gives us the qualities and the conditions that we get according to the situations we experience. The science give us the qualities, and the houses that comes with the situations will communicate with the science, that is our very nature, qualities, our properties, and etc. And tune our conditions in life. It is very comprehensive. Do you know that I have divided space again? I have 24 houses according to the 24 hours. Mine is not 12 houses. Mine are 24 houses. So I call it the identity houses. And I have subdivided them too into many houses, how they perfectly align with their identity signs.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you are still doctor? No, we've changed your name. Professor. No, we've changed your name because these discoveries are huge. So we've changed your name. We have changed your name from doctor to Professor Dr. Paakwesi, the African philosopher. The African philosopher 1.
Astrology is not only natal or genetic astrology. Astrology is applicable. It's applicable. I love astronomy so much. And there are various disciplines under astronomy. What I love most is astrometry.
Astrometry.
Yeah, you'll come there one day. It's not about studying the northern and the southern signs, the coordinates. You're going to study the revolution or the synodic period of this planet, the revolution, Jupiter passing through here, the planets moving faster when it is nearer the sun, the meteorites or the meteors, whatever. The sunspots, that's not what we are talking about. Is astrology applicable? How can you use astrology to determine the weather, the climate, temperature, the currents of the earth energy field, and astrology or astronomy? Do they have any correlation? Yes. Astrology and astronomy are not enemies, but one represents the esoteric aspect of human life and one represents the physical aspect of our lives. The computer you see over here, the laptops, all those energies they used in constructing these is as a result of the study of astronomy. Without astronomy, you don't watch television. How are they able to transmit what is going on in the way subway station or the various radio or TV stations for you to access it without any cord connecting you and them? Why are you or how are you able to make phone calls? No rope is attached, but you are able to dial some numbers and call someone just within a second. Less than 10 seconds, you will access the person from a distant place. It's as a result of astronomy. The radiations they are able to absorb from other stars, distant stars, light years away from our Earth. How astronomers use that. What gravity is. All these things we have ignored and still studied in Africa. Even those that teach, they don't know anything about it. Tell the black man to make a telescope to study the constellations and whatever. He only became theoretical. Studied the subjective area of the subject. What about the objective one? It must be applicable in the field of agriculture. We have divided it into two. We have the livestock farming. We have the crop farming. Aside farming, trees. The behavior of each tree, how energy currents are able to move through trees, the upward and downward movement of water in trees, and aligning it with nature spirit, fairies, hobgoblins, etc. It's okay.
Amen. Amen. I said you've changed your name, Professor 1. So guys, this is where we draw the curtains to today's episode. My name is Jennifer Yara. I was here with the newly born Professor Dr. Paakwesi, the African philosopher. We discussed about some discoveries made by him on one-on-one show with Professor Dr. Paakwesi, the African philosopher. See you again next time. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to this channel.